Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every person's life when they must stand before a mirror, look deep into their own eyes, and ask themselves one simple question: who do I want to become? Not who the world expects you to be, not what circumstances have forced upon you, but who you decide to be. The answer to that question lies in one thing: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you could be. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. The morning is the foundation upon which the rest of your day is built, and if that foundation is weak, everything else will crumble under the weight of distraction and wasted potential. But if you master your mornings, you will find that discipline becomes effortless, and success follows naturally. The key is to wake up with purpose. Don't just roll out of bed and drift into your day. Command it. Before the world starts making demands of you, take time to center yourself. Wake up early, before the noise of the world invades your mind. The quiet hours of the morning are sacred. They belong to you. Use them wisely. The body must move, the mind must engage, and the soul must be nourished. Whether it's exercise, meditation, reading, or journaling, do something that sets a productive and intentional rhythm. A strong morning routine is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It is about showing up for yourself before you show up for anyone else. Avoid the trap of starting your day with distractions. Reaching for your phone first thing in the morning invites chaos into your mind before you've had the chance to take control. Instead, start with clarity. Plan your day, set your priorities, and remind yourself of your goals. Your first actions in the morning should align with the person you aspire to be. Discipline begins the moment your alarm goes off. The choice to hit snooze is a small one, but small choices shape big outcomes. Every time you get up when you said you would, you strengthen your willpower. Every time you push through the temptation to stay in bed, you build resilience. And that resilience carries into everything you do. If you can master your mornings, you can master your days. And if you can master your days, you can master your life. Your mind is the battlefield where every victory and every defeat takes place, long before you step into the real world. If you do not control your thoughts will control you. Discipline begins in the mind. It is the ability to silence the excuses, drown out the doubts, and push forward even when every part of you wants to quit. The greatest enemy you will ever face is not out there in the world. It is within. It is the voice that tells you to stay comfortable, to avoid discomfort, to take the easy way out. It whispers that you are not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But that voice is a liar. It is a test, one that only the disciplined can pass. To conquer your mind, you must become aware of your thoughts. Every time doubt creeps in, recognize it for what it is: a barrier trying to keep you from your potential. Challenge it. When you hear yourself say, "I can't," replace it with, "I will." When you feel like stopping, remind yourself why you started. When fear tries to paralyze you, push through it. The mind can be trained just like a muscle, and the more you train it to resist weakness, the stronger it becomes. Mental discipline is about making decisions based on your goals, not your feelings. Feelings are unreliable. They change with the wind. You won't always feel like working, learning, or pushing yourself. That doesn't matter. What matters is whether you have the strength to do it anyway. The disciplined mind does not negotiate with excuses. It follows through, no matter what. Doubt, fear, and negativity will always be there, but they do not have to control you. Train yourself to focus on solutions instead of problems, effort instead of obstacles, growth instead of limitations. The strongest people in the world are not those who have never struggled, but those who refused to let their struggles define them. If you can win the battle in your mind, you can win anywhere. Because once you have conquered your mind, nothing else can conquer you. Your habits are the blueprint of your future. They shape who you become, not in a single moment, but in the quiet repetition of daily actions. Success is not the result of a single grand effort. It is the product of small, consistent choices made every day. If you build strong habits, you build a strong life. But if your habits are weak, your potential will always remain just out of reach. Discipline is not about relying on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days you will feel inspired, but most days you won't. That's why you need habits. Habits take over when motivation fades. They automate success. When something becomes second nature, you no longer have to think about doing it. You just do it. And that is where true power lies. To build unbreakable habits, start small. Too many people set massive goals and expect immediate transformation, only to give up when the progress is slow. The key is consistency, not intensity. Show up every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Small actions done repeatedly lead to massive results over time. Repetition rewires the brain. Every time you stick to a habit, you reinforce it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Eventually, it becomes part of who you are. You are no longer someone who tries to be disciplined. You become a disciplined person. But building habits is only half the battle. You must also protect them. Distractions, temptations, and old routines will try to pull you back to where you started. Do not let them. Structure your environment in a way that makes success easier. Remove temptations. Set reminders. Surround yourself with people who push you forward, not those who hold you back. The habits you build today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. Choose wisely, and never underestimate the power of small, disciplined actions repeated over time, because when your habits are unbreakable, so are you. Saying no is one of the most powerful skills a disciplined person can develop. Every yes you give is a commitment of your time, energy, and focus. But not everything deserves your time, not every opportunity aligns with your goals, and not every request should be honored. The ability to say no is the ability to protect your priorities. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear disappointing others. They say yes out of guilt, obligation, or the desire to be liked. But every time you say yes to something unimportant, you say no to something that truly matters. Success requires focus, and focus requires elimination. You cannot be everywhere, do everything, or please everyone. But you can choose where your energy goes. Discipline means recognizing that time is your most valuable resource. It is finite, and once it is gone, you can never get it back. If you spend it on distractions, on meaningless commitments, on things that drain you instead of build you, then you will never have the time for what truly matters. You must be ruthless with your time. Guard it as if it were gold, because it is. Saying no is not about being rude or dismissive. It is about being intentional. It is about understanding that every great achievement requires sacrifice. If you want to grow, if you want to improve, if you want to build something meaningful, You have to be willing to turn down anything that does not serve your mission. This applies to people as well. Not everyone in your life wants to see you succeed. Some will try to distract you, drain you, or keep you in the same place because your growth threatens their comfort. Learn to recognize these influences and distance yourself from them. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, push you, and respect your boundaries. At first, saying no will feel uncomfortable, but over time, it becomes easier, and more importantly, it becomes liberating. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to progress. When you say no to negativity, you say yes to peace. When you say no to wasting time, you say yes to becoming the person you were meant to be. Mastering discipline is not just about what you do. It is also about what you refuse to do. And sometimes the most powerful decision you can make is to simply say no. Pain is inevitable. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, you will face discomfort on the road to greatness. But pain is not the enemy. It is the test. It is the fire that forges strength, the resistance that builds resilience. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The strong push through pain, while the weak let it stop them. The moment things get hard, most people start looking for an exit. They tell themselves it's not worth it, that they're too tired, that they'll try again later. But discipline means pushing forward, not when it's easy, but when it's hard. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it. Even when the excuses start creeping in. Even when your body or mind begs you to quit. Pain is proof that you are growing. It signals that you are stepping beyond your comfort zone, stretching beyond what you once thought possible. Without pain, there is no progress. Every champion, every leader, every person who has ever achieved something great has walked through fire to get there. They endured, they suffered, and they kept moving forward even when everything inside them screamed to stop. The key is to reframe how you see pain. Instead of seeing it as suffering, see it as transformation. Instead of fearing it, embrace it. The struggle you face today is making you stronger for tomorrow. Every rep in the gym, every late night studying, every rejection, every failure, it is all fuel. Pain is the cost of greatness, and the ones who rise to the top are the ones who are willing to pay that price. Pushing through pain doesn't mean ignoring it. It means understanding that it has a purpose. It means recognizing that temporary discomfort is a small price to pay for long-term success. It means reminding yourself that every time you endure, every time you refuse to quit, you become stronger, tougher, and more prepared for whatever life throws your way. Most people stop when they feel pain. The disciplined keep going, and that is why they succeed where others fail. Because on the other side of pain is power. On the other side of struggle is strength. And on the other side of difficulty is the life you've been working for. So when it hurts, when you're tired, when you feel like giving up, don't. Push through, keep moving. Because every step you take beyond the pain is a step closer to greatness. Accountability is the foundation of discipline. It is the understanding that your life is your responsibility. Your successes, your failures, your habits, and your progress all come down to the choices you make. No one else is going to do the work for you. No one else is going to force you to wake up early, to stay consistent, to push past obstacles. If you want to reach your full potential, you must hold yourself accountable. It is easy to blame circumstances. It is easy to say that life is unfair, that others have advantages you don't, that you weren't given the same opportunities. But the truth is, none of that changes the fact that you are in control of how you respond. You may not be responsible for everything that happens to you, but you are responsible for how you handle it. You can either make excuses or you can make progress, but you cannot do both. To hold yourself accountable, you must be honest with yourself. That means admitting when you've fallen short, recognizing where you need to improve, and refusing to hide behind justifications. If you skip a workout, own it. If you procrastinate on your goals, acknowledge it. If you let distractions take over your time, don't pretend it wasn't a choice. The moment you take full responsibility is the moment you take full control. Self-discipline is not about punishment. It is about self-respect. When you hold yourself accountable, you prove to yourself that your word means something. If you set a goal, follow through. If you make a commitment, honor it. The way you do the small things is the way you will do everything. If you constantly break promises to yourself, how can you ever trust yourself to achieve something great? One of the most effective ways to stay accountable is to track your progress. Write down your goals. Measure your actions. If you say you're going to wake up early, check whether you did. If you commit to daily improvement, review what you've learned. Keep yourself in check. When you see the numbers, when you see the effort, or the lack of it, staring back at you, it becomes impossible to hide from the truth. But accountability isn't just about tracking. It's about correcting. If you notice bad habits creeping in, don't ignore them. If you fall off track, don't dwell on the failure. Fix it. Learn from your mistakes, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. True discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about owning your actions, learning from them, and refusing to let excuses take control. The moment you stop blaming outside forces and start owning your life is the moment you step into your true power. Because when you hold yourself accountable, you take charge of your destiny. And once you take charge, nothing can stop you. Growth is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey. The moment you believe you have arrived, the moment you think you have learned enough, worked enough, or achieved enough, that is the moment you begin to decline. Discipline is not just about pushing yourself today. It is about committing to constant evolution, always striving to be better than you were yesterday. The world is always changing, and those who refuse to grow are left behind. If you do not seek improvement, you will stagnate, and stagnation is just another form of failure. Greatness is not reserved for those who are naturally talented. It belongs to those who are willing to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward no matter what. Committing to evolution means embracing discomfort. Growth is not supposed to be easy. It requires effort, sacrifice, and a willingness to challenge yourself daily. It means stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and pushing past the limits you once thought defined you. What was difficult yesterday should become easy today. What is impossible today should become achievable tomorrow. That is how progress is made. To evolve, you must always be a student. Never assume you know everything. Seek knowledge relentlessly. Read books. Listen to those who have walked the path before you and learn from every experience, both successes and failures. The most successful people in the world do not stop learning once they reach the top. They push themselves to grow even more. Surround yourself with people who challenge you. If you are the smartest or hardest working person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Growth happens when you place yourself in environments that push you beyond your comfort zone, where you are forced to rise to a higher standard. Do not settle for mediocrity when you are capable of excellence. Embrace change instead of fearing it. Many people resist change because it is uncomfortable. But change is the only path to improvement. Do not be the person who clings to old habits, outdated beliefs, or past achievements. Instead, Be the person who is always looking for the next way to grow, the next skill to master, the next challenge to overcome. Most importantly, never allow success to make you complacent. Just because you have achieved something great does not mean your work is done. There is always another level. There is always more to learn, more to build, and more to become. Those who achieve true greatness are the ones who remain hungry, who never stop striving, who wake up every day with the mindset that they can still be better. Evolution is not a choice. It is a necessity. The world belongs to those who refuse to settle, those who demand more from themselves, those who push forward no matter what. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep evolving. Because the moment you stop improving is the moment you start falling behind. Discipline is not a destination, it is a journey. The moment you stop improving is the moment you start declining. Always be hungry for more. Always seek to be better than you were yesterday. Keep growing, keep learning, keep pushing forward. My friends, discipline is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is the price you pay for freedom, for success, for a life without regret. So, as you leave here today, ask yourself, am I in control of my life, or is life in control of me? Because greatness isn't given, it is earned, and it starts with you. Thank you.